Hey there, welcome to CodeChef. Today we are going to be discussing the project Rock Paper Scissors from our course Java Projects for Beginners, where we have 10 different projects from which beginners can get familiar with Java. So let's begin. So we know how the game Rock Paper Scissors works. We're going to be implementing it using Java. So here we have our rules of the game. And here is the winning conditions, that is rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, and paper beats rock. And the way this project will be is it will be of 3 matches, that is, or 3 rounds. So basically it will be a best of 3. That is, we'll be playing 3 rounds, and out of the 3, whichever person wins the most, that is either the user or the computer, based on that the winner will be decided. So let's look at the end game once. So you can see I have won the overall match because I won 2 rounds out of the 3 rounds. So the way this project works is pretty simple. First we need to take input from the user, and what we need to do is, for the computer, what we will be doing is we will have a list of all options, that is rock, paper and scissors, and we're going to pick one from random and we're going to display it to the user. And based on the input given by the user, we're going to compare it with that, and based on the winning rules which we discussed earlier, whoever wins, that person will be announced the winner. One thing to notice is, once the user gives input, we need to validate whether or not the user has given rock, paper or scissors. That is, it cannot be an arbitrary input like numbers or some other letter. It has to be rock, paper or scissors. So on the right side we have our pseudocode. We're going to rearrange this following code so it makes sense, so we can form a skeleton based on which we can create the code. So we're going to ask the user for the input. We're going to store the given input by the user in a string. And then while storing the input, we're going to convert all characters to lowercase. That way it makes it easier to compare whether or not it's rock, paper or scissors. And finally we're going to check if it's actually rock, paper or scissors. So let's just submit this, and you can see I've given it properly. Now let's look at the concept of how the computer is going to choose random options. So in this particular code over here, if you come to the main code, you can see first we have a list of strings called options, which will have rock, paper or scissors. And over here we've imported the random class from java.util package, and inside the random class we will be creating a new object of the random class called random, and then we will be calling the random.nextInt method inside that class. So what this nextInt method does is, whatever input you're given over here, from 0 till this input, excluding this particular number. So let's say I give random.nextInt 6. Excluding 6, it's going to choose a number between 0 to 5 randomly. So over here we have given options.length, that is, it will be the length of this particular list. So what we will be doing is, each time the user gives an input, that is, let's say rock, paper or scissors, we're going to call a function which is going to randomly choose out of this list. That is, each time it will be different. An index will show the random in number which you select from the length of the list, and we're going to take the value present at this random index, and then we're going to return whatever is present at that particular index in the list. So let's say the index over here I get is 1, then we're going to choose paper, and we're going to be returning paper back to the main function, or whichever function you call this function from. Now we have another pseudocode on how we're going to update the score. So it's pretty simple. We're going to compare the option given by the user and the option randomly generated by the computer, and based on who wins, we're going to be adding that particular player's score. And if the user wins, we're going to increase the score of the user by 1, and if the computer wins, we're going to increase the score of the computer by 1. So first, if user option is equal to computer option, then the round will be tie, because if both options are the same, there is no winner or loser. And else if user option is rock when computer option is paper, or user option is paper when computer option is scissor, or user option is scissor when computer option is rock. If you notice this particular line, we are defining whenever the computer is winning. That is, when computer has paper and user has rocks, the computer wins, and when the user has paper and computer has scissor, the computer wins, and so on. So if the computer wins, then computer wins the round, and we're going to increase the computer score by 1. And else in all other cases, that is in cases when the user wins, then user wins the round and increase the user score by 1. Now in the first subtask of the rock, paper, scissors project, we will be handling user choices. So our objectives for this particular subtasks is, we need to update the getUserChoice function, and if user gives input like rock in all caps, or maybe some letters of the word rock in caps, we need to normalize it by converting it to lowercase or uppercase. But for now we'll be just converting all of them to lowercase, and then we're going to compare it with the words rock, paper and scissors all in lowercase, and if they are equal, we will not print out anything, we'll proceed further with the program. And if they are not equal, that is, user hasn't given rock, paper or scissors, then we're going to give out an error message. Now coming to the code, first we're going to import the scanner class from the java.util package, and in our public class CodeChef, we're going to first initialize the user score and the computer score. Now we have defined another toLower function over here. So in this particular toLower function, what we will be doing is we will be returning a string. And in this function, if you notice, we've taken string as an input, which is str, and here we're calling the methods str.toLowerCase and .trim. So why not just do toLowerCase at once instead of calling this toLower? So basically in toLower we are performing both functions toLowerCase and .trim. So what .trim does is, let's say user gives input as space rock or gives rock space and then gives enter. Then in order to remove all white spaces to make it easier to compare, we're going to be running .trim. So what .trim does is it removes any white spaces that might be present at the start or end of the user input. So basically we are combining two functions into one, and we're going to call it using toLower. Now in the getUserChoice function, we're going to get string as an output. That is, we will be returning string. And first we're going to pass on the user choice string. So after taking input from the user, which is basically user choice, we're going to be running it to toLower as I defined above, and then we're going to store it in that same variable. Basically you're overriding the particular variable. Now we are doing the actual comparing over here. That is, if user choice equals rock, or these two lines over here stand for or. Now if user choice equals rock, or user choice equals paper, or user choice equals scissors. So these three are the only valid inputs. So in any case, if the user input is valid, we're going to return the user choice because it's valid. And if it's not, then we're just going to return invalid choice, please enter rock, paper or scissors. Coming to the main function over here, we're going to create a new scanner object, and then first we're going to input let's play rock, paper, scissors and print out this game is best of 3. And in the next line, we'll be taking input from the user. So we're going to initialize n equal to 0, and while n is less than 3, we're going to print out round plus n plus 1. So n is 0 is basically used to count the current round that is going on. So we're going to print out round 1 for the first iteration, and then over here we have an infinite loop, and in this infinite loop we're going to be running enter your choice, and then over here we're taking the input from the user in the form of string using sc.nextLine. And once again we're going to assign it to the user choice variable. So we're going to take the input from the user and store it in this input variable. Now we're going to take a variable called user choice, and then we're going to run the getUserChoice function with input given by the user as an input, and we will be getting our output from this function in this particular variable. And then over here we're going to compare the two. That is, if user choice equals invalid choice, that is, if user choice equals an error case, then we're going to print out the user choice, or else we're going to increase the round value by 1, and then we're going to break out of the loop. Let's just run this code once. So let's say I give choice as talk. So you can see I've gotten an error message saying invalid choice, please enter rock, paper or scissors. Let me give rock. So yeah, my choice has been validated. Let me give rock in all caps. So you can see my choice is validated anyways. So let's just submit this code once. So we've passed both the test cases. Let's move on to the next subtask.